Hi everybody, it's Miss Brody coming to you with another fantasy reading lesson on the wonderful world of fantasy. And this lesson is called Characters Can Have External and Internal Quests. And maybe you're thinking to yourself, what actually is a quest? Think about that for a second. Try to think, what do you know about that word quest? What does it mean? Well, a quest is basically a journey, and it's usually a journey filled with roadblocks and obstacles. And a quest takes a person on this road in order to achieve something. And one of the best quests that comes to mind for me is that movie, The Wizard of Oz, where Dorothy is on a quest to get to the Emerald City to meet the wizard in order to help her on her other quest, which is to get back home. And she's comes across many obstacles on her way to achieve this quest of hers to get to Oz and to get back home. And that many, many fantasy stories involve a quest, this journey to achieve something. But quests come in all shapes and sizes, right? Today, I want you to know that experienced fantasy readers know that most fantasy stories follow this quest structure. But what's really interesting is that many of these quests are external. That means that the characters are dealing with things that are happening to them or outside of them. But other quests are internal, the things that the character is battling within him or herself. Okay, that's what we're going to be talking about, the difference between external, the literal quest they're on, and internal, the sort of demons, the dragons they're facing within themselves. So let's start with the external quest, okay? So an external quest can often mean that a character is trying to rescue someone or trying to retrieve an important object. And maybe you've seen the movie Raiders of the Lost Ark. That's a great example of a character going in quest of something. Or even the movie Frozen, where one sister is literally on a quest to help save the other from their icy fortress and their world. But another type of quest might involve asking the hero or the protagonist or main character to destroy a dangerous villain. And Harry Potter comes to mind, with Harry trying to sort of defeat Voldemort, or to destroy a dangerous object, such in the movie The Lord of the Rings. And these quests are what make our fantasy books just so fun and exciting to read, because we're always wondering as readers, how are they going to get there and achieve this quest, right? What obstacles are going to get in their way? And will they succeed in defeating the villain or getting back the thing that they're searching for? Those are the external quests. So now let's move on to internal quests. An internal quest is that we know that they're more than just external quests, that characters have internal obstacles that they're facing within themselves, the things that are really kind of ripping them apart on the inside, the things they find challenging. That could be the fear they're trying to overcome, the doubts they have. Maybe it's the friends issues that they're dealing with, or they're missing their friends as they're on this journey or quest. Maybe it's family issues, or they're sacrificing something, or they're dealing with disappointment. And this picture from the Harry Potter movie is really what comes to mind when I think of characters facing an internal quest, where Harry comes and stands in front of the mirror of Erised, which is the word desire spelled backwards, because he's really dealing with his internal quest of figuring out who are his parents, how can he make them proud, instead of just his external quest of trying to track down Voldemort before Voldemort kills him. So his internal quest is often what's kind of ripping him apart on the inside, and that he's struggling with on the inside, those fears and those doubts and those family desires and love that he's craving from his family that he doesn't have. So this chart is something that you're going to have in your Google Classroom to help remind you a little bit about what readers think about when they're thinking about external and internal quests. So for external quests, readers think about the big problem or goal, or maybe it's a series of smaller obstacles, because usually we don't just accomplish a goal in one big, jump right over the top of that mountain. It's usually a bunch of smaller obstacles that get in our character's way. That's the external quest. But for our internal quests, that readers are thinking about what's inside the character that's getting in their way. Are there internal flaws, things that are sort of wrong with them, they're not perfect, to fix, or things they need to get around? Are there conflicts they need to overcome? And let's apply this to the book The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Are the characters on both external and internal quests? Are they on different quests? Is each sibling on a different type of quest? Is it different for each child? Is one quest more important than the other? These are all things to think about, and there aren't any really right or wrong answers. These are things that good readers are pushing themselves to think about as they're reading their books. So I also want you to think about a time when you went in search of something, when you were on a quest. Maybe your quest was to get better grades, a new friend, more views on your YouTube channel, maybe it's even a win in Fortnite. The way you dealt with that quest, the hard parts, the easy parts, whether you gave up or not, they are all connected to life lessons. And what do sophisticated readers such as yourselves call life lessons? Well, by now I really hope you know the answer to this question, and the word we use is themes, right? So whether you or your characters are on internal quests or emotional journeys or external quests, those real literal journeys, they're all going to lead us to learning big lessons. And using the paper bag princess again as our model, Elizabeth is following the dragon on her external quest to save the prince. And she's got to overcome many obstacles in order to achieve that goal. But she's also on an internal quest to find her true love. And it's on this quest that she learns that she doesn't need a prince to make her happy after all. Now we're going to take a look at a chart, and this is going to be something that you're going to be working on your own today. So you'll have a copy of this as an example, and you're going to be filling in your own chart about your characters' external and internal quests and the themes that are related. So here you can see what I've done for Paper Bag Princess. I've come up with one external quest for Elizabeth, that she's tracking down the dragon in order to save Prince Harold. And when I think about a theme that I learn through this quest of hers, is that I can kind of think that by putting it this way, is that sometimes in life you have to dig deep, right? That she goes on this external quest and has to sort of overcome many obstacles, but she can do it by digging deep. Her internal quests, one is that she has to dig deep again inside of herself and face those fears. And another internal quest that Elizabeth on is she's really kind of has a desire for true love. She wants to find true love and get married. But she must choose between Prince Harold or nobody once she realizes that he's a jerk. And again, when we think about the themes related to each of these, I can come up with a theme statement that's related to her internal quest, which is if you believe in yourself, you can accomplish anything, and don't let fear get in the way. And in this case, her internal quest to find true love, I might come up with the theme statement, don't let others judge you, and it's better to be alone than with someone who doesn't appreciate you. And again, these are themes that we've discussed in the past, but now you can see how I've sort of related them to these quests, especially for people that are still kind of saying to me, I don't think my book has any themes, right? Every book has themes because every character is in search of something, and we can learn lessons from how they deal with those problems, whether it's their external quest of what they're literally in search of, or their internal quest, the problems that they have to overcome within themselves, those doubts and fears. You're going to do the same thing. And again, all roads lead to themes. So readers, today we talked about internal and external quests and how those usually relate to the themes in your stories. And you're going to keep thinking about that as you continue reading your fantasy books. You want to notice those quests, both internal and external, and you want to be thinking about the themes in your books that are related to those quests. And the last thing I want to remind you of is that themes are not just one-word things. We don't say the theme is friendship. We can turn that into a theme statement by saying everyone needs friends in their life, or life is better when you have friends. We don't just say the theme of this book is fear. We might say the theme of this book is that everyone has to conquer their fears to get what they want in life. Or sometimes in life, you have to push past your fears to get what you really want. But we never just say a theme is more than is as a theme. We never say it's just one word. Okay, it's your turn, everybody. You're going to read your fantasy book and you're going to fill out in Google Docs that chart about your external and internal themes. And I really want you to push yourself to come up with those external, more literal quests that your character are on, and then the internal quest that your character has to face. and think about how we can come up with themes. And then, of course, you're expected to be listening to another chapter of The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Have a great day, everybody.